What's up, guys? It's Mike here at Coppville Road Kennels. So hope everybody's having a good day. Doing a little bit different video today than what I'm usually doing. Got Maggie with me here. A lot of you know Maggie. She's one of the matriarchs to the kennel. I didn't raise Maggie as a puppy. I got her as a puppy, but she's been with me now almost 12 years, and she's still running. She's still going. She's still doing, and she's just all around just a good dog. You know, she's a grand hunting beagle champion in the UKC, and she's run untold amount of miles on rabbits over the years. Traveled a lot of miles, done a lot of things. So, anyways, I wanted to get Maggie out here, and because she's my when you know, we all have those dogs that are our go-to dogs, and she's still my go-to at 12 years old, and I know she won't live forever. Lord knows she may live longer than I do, but she's solid all the way around, super well-rounded. She's just one of them dogs, you know, that whenever you you get further on into your houndsman career or lifestyle, you look back at dogs you had over the years, and you think back of those certain special dogs, and she's that one for me. So she's a good one. Still runs with the pack today. If you watch any of my live videos on the page, you'll see her on there, and she's just a good, humble, just a well-mannered dog. I mean, I literally can point to a thicket and say, go find me a rabbit. She'll go right in that thicket, and if there's a rabbit in there, she'll find it, or she'll go till she does find one. So, but she won't be long. She'll be 12 years old May the 1st, and so this is her 12th or 11th year, coming up on her 12th, and so she's a good dog. So how do I keep a dog like that running? How do I keep her? Sit down. No, sit down. How do I keep her running? How do I keep her in the game? Well, I don't know, some of you may have seen on some of my videos, Maggie, she's got this cyst right here. It's called a mammary gland cyst. She's had that for quite some time now, and we're consulting the veterinarians about having that removed, but it don't hurt her. It's just unsightly. I don't like it, but I do plan on having it removed sometime soon, and let her live the rest of her years spay, and not having to worry about that cyst, because it does get scratched up and stuff whenever she does run. And also, where you going, girl? Come here. And what are you doing? But anyways, so how do I keep a dog like that running? I got Spank down there. Spank's almost 9 years old. Felina, she's headed into 7. How do I keep these dogs running? Well, you know what I'm gonna say. It's nutrition, right? It's nutrition is what keeps them going. Sit down. I guess she knows she's on camera. She don't want to see it. But anyways, she is sit down, Maggie. Pull her head up. She wants to stand up straight. She thinks I'm making her look pretty. Sit down. Anyways, what you gonna do with a beagle? But anyhow, so nutrition. Well, everybody knows that I feed Joy Dog Food, and if you hadn't had a chance to tune into the Fueled by Joy Working Dog podcast, you know, even if you don't like, you know, even if you don't want to hear me talk about stuff on there, I always try to have good content as far as my guest that's on there. I like for them to have something that they can add to the program, something that they can, some input that's going to matter. And a lot of guys, I get lots of messages, lots of text messages from people that hear the show, that really enjoy the show. And I appreciate everybody that tunes in and listens to it on Wednesdays. Now, sometimes you'll tune in on Wednesday and it'll be Josh Michaelis on there, and he'll be talking about coon dogs or something of that nature. Or you tune in and it may be Callie Sampson up at Annabelle Kennels or Annabelle Retrievers. She may be on there talking about retriever stuff or whatever. But whatever we're talking about, it's going to be something that's going to be able to add to what it is that you got going on. You may not have retrievers, but you may learn something about retrievers. You may not have coon hounds, but you might learn something about coon hounds. But nevertheless, it's all about Joy Dog Food. It's all about nutrition, And here's the thing, I was feeding Joy Dog Food before I ever started hosting a podcast for them. I was feeding Joy Dog Food before Joy Dog Food ever sponsored a hunt for me. It's because when I went to Joy, it was recommended to me by a guy up in Kentucky, and he told me, he was like, look man, if you're having trouble finding some good feed, he sent me a picture. He sent me a picture of that black bag, that super meal, right? And he was like, give this right here a try, and see what you think. And he actually sent me a picture of his coonhound and how it had changed what he was feeding before. How that feed right there had turned everything around for him. And so that's what I did. I found me the closest person that I could find, which was a long ways from here, and I ordered me a pallet of 30-20 and 24-20, and I started feeding it. And within a week's time, I could tell a difference in my dogs. Not so much in their looks, but I could tell a big difference in how they felt when I'd cut them out. And cutting your dogs out, a lot of times, you'll have dogs that'll come off the tailgate and they'll just kind of mingle around or whatever, and then they'll go off and hunt, or maybe somebody does jump a rabbit and they'll fall in there and they'll take off and they'll go. Well, I had a blue tick dog here, and y'all know blue ticks ain't my favorite, but I had a blue tick dog here, and she was a good dog. She was just middle of the road kind of dog, and I started feeding her that super meal right there, and I'm telling you, within a week, she come off that tailgate, she was kicking rocks. Got to doing some investigating, got to looking at it. Well, it turns out that, she baked with everything that's in it, with the pumpkin and all the ingredients that's in it, it just made her feel good. And the better she felt, the more she wanted to hunt. So a lot of times it's got to do with that. Now, you and I both know that every dog comes off the tailgate every day. I don't care what nobody says. A lot of people out there is going to tell you, this dog don't got any flaws, or this dog don't have any flaws. Every dog's got a hole in it somewhere. Maggie right here, Maggie's got her flaws. Been with me for all these years, but she's not perfect. And if I had a perfect dog, I would get rid of it so it wouldn't mess up the rest of my dogs. A lot of people, and I'm not taking away from anybody's dogs. You may look at your dogs and you say, well, there's no flaws in my dogs. Well, that's coming from your point of view and for what it is that you're running, and I'm happy for you. But I can go down there, and for every dog that I got in the kennel, I can tell you what their flaws are. It's just all about how much you can stand. What is it that they're doing? What you like, your likes or your dislikes. Well, Maggie here, she's got her flaws. She likes to get wide in a check, and when I say wide, she wants to get real wide. If she decides that she wants to go off and run by herself, she'll go off and run by herself. Which she didn't used to do that when she was younger. The older she's got that way. But nevertheless, every dog needs that next advantage of what they're going to get. And I'm not telling you to go buy Joy Dog Food. I'm just telling you that I fed Joy Dog Food long before I ever started working with Joy Dog Food, long before they ever sponsored a hunt for me. Because when I seen the nutritional benefits, the usable calories that's there, the small amount of stool that they have, everything's minimized when it comes to Joy Dog Food. But what is maximized is the nutritional gains that you'll see in your dogs. Now, I'm not saying you're going to feed Joy Dog Food to a sorry dog and that dog's going to go from being sorry to good. You should have got rid of that dog anyway. But the truth of the matter is that this feed, the Maintenance Plus, the High Energy 24-20, and the Super Meal 30-20, all of these feeds here have a purpose. Each one of them have a purpose. And on the front of each bag, you'll see fortified with omega-3s, omega-6 fatty acid, no soy, so on, healthy for joints and whatnot. This feed right here is what I feed a lot of times during the summertime to my labs, whenever they're not out doing a whole lot. They're not making much fuss, and it'll hold them right where, in between that 55 and 60, 62 pound weight range. 24-20, got pumpkin in it, pumpkin for flavor and fiber. Uh-oh, girl, sit down, come on. And it's made for high activity dogs. It's got no soy in it, vitamin E and zinc for immune system. And then it's fortified, of course, with omega-3s, and it's got a lot of other stuff in it. And then Super Meal over here, it's pretty much got all the same thing on the front of it right there. But you're gonna want to feed that to dogs that you are really running. And you're not going to want to feed that to dogs that you're just setting up, because really it's just a waste for you. You'd be better off going to the 24/20 or to the maintenance. Bottom line is that if you want to, for dogs that are genetically, that are bred well and that have the ability to make it into those 11 and 12 and 13 years and still be running with a young pack, then you want to feed them. You want to feed them a dog food that's going to really bring it out. That's going to really change the game for them. Not only is it good for their heart, for their lungs, for their digestive system, their immune system, it's also good for their brain. I mean, it's also good for everything that's working in here, that's keeping all of this stuff going, that's going to keep that nose tight, that's going to keep that mouth right, things like that right there. And so you're gonna always want to keep that in mind as far as that goes. Now, here's something else I want to tell you. So there's a, let me grab this right quick, sorry. If you're on Facebook much, you're online much. Obviously, if you're on Facebook, you're reading. If you're seeing this. If you're on Facebook or YouTube. But I want to tell you about Conkeys Outdoors. So Conkeys Outdoors. There's their name right there. CONKEYS. You can go to conkeys.com. You can order everything from tracking collars to collars, whatever it is that you want to order on there. And they got everything, coon hunting stuff, waders, boots. They got all the stuff that a lot of your outdoor programs or outdoor stores is going to have. But here's something that they've got that that I had never used before, I had never tried. Now, I call this stuff Triple H. That's what I call it. It's Healthy Hunting Hounds. I've been using this since the 1st of January. And but I call it Triple H, and for Healthy Hunting Hounds, but it's got 3 H's on the front of it right there if you see the design. Man, this stuff right here, let me tell you something. This stuff right here is fire. I mean, it is pure fire. It will take, I mean, you see her coat, Maggie, she gets it. She already looked good on Joy Dog Food. But sometimes when they get a little bit older, or you're pounding them a little bit harder, feeding them more sometimes is not the key. Sometimes it's just supplementing. And this has got stuff in it that dog food's not going to have. And it's for the overall support of the dog, immune system, digestive system, joints, skin, coat, and cognitive. So it's covering everything, the inside, the outside, and the brain. And so what you want to do, what you want to look at right here is it's good for the heart, good for everything. So I called Conkeys and I talked to them, and I was like, look, dude, I just want to tell y'all that as good as my dogs are doing, you're coming off of a hunting season right now. We're coming out of rabbit season here in North Carolina. And I'm telling you, this stuff right here is fire. I mean, it is fire in a daggone can. Now, you give it to your dogs, it tells you to give it to dogs that are a year old. Now, some of your dogs are not going to need this. Most of my dogs don't need it because I'm feeding Joy. And it's got everything that I need for them is in here. But you come off of a week and you put in 65, 75, 85 miles on dogs in a week's time, rabbit hunting or just pleasure running, because, a lot of people, I seen a lot of posts online, they were talking about rabbit season's over, blah, 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 and all this right here. But the truth of the matter is, for us here, rabbit season never goes out. Nor does hunting. I mean, it's always hunting season or running season or training season. Even during rabbit season, I'm still training. I never stop. I don't change. I pretty much do the same thing year round. But the truth is that whenever I tried this stuff right here, because I had a few dogs that I'd run them 3 or 4 days in a row, and they'd start getting pulled down. Well, Maggie, she was one of them. Well, you can imagine at 11 and a half, almost 12 years old, that she's gonna get pulled down. No matter how much feed that I feed her, she's just gonna waste it, And I feed her good. And she's shining and healthy and looking good and everything on the super meal, and she's doing a great job. So I saw this stuff and I started investigating it back the 1st of January. Well, actually the end of December. 1st of January, they had a New Year's sale. And so I went on there. I went to conkeys.com and I pulled it up. And I did the reading on it and I did some investigating on it. And so I went ahead and I ordered it. Oh, and then this in here hadn't been opened yet. But So I went ahead and I opened it. Turn around here. Pay attention to the camera. You hear me? And so I went ahead and ordered it. And I'm telling you guys, this stuff, it's got stuff in it that I've never heard of. But the thing about it is that whenever you look on the front, designed specifically for your dog that hunt. It's designed specifically for a hunting dog. I got guys right now, I got buddies that are feeding this already, have ordered it, seen a big turnaround on their dog. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, some of these guys don't feed Joy dog food, and that's cool. Everybody feeds what they want to feed. They started feeding this right here, supplementing this to their dogs. Now, I'm feeding Joy dog food and doing this, not because I had an overreaching need for it or an overwhelming need for it, but because I wanted to try it and see how it did with my old dogs. And it brought them, I'm telling you, it will bring them all the way around, and they love the flavor of it. It's got, and basically it's got seafood style ingredients in it. Shellfish, shrimp, crabs, lobster, stuff like that right there. And then it's got a bunch of stuff over here that I can't pronounce, and be honest with you. Y'all would really get a kick out of me trying to pronounce some of this stuff that's on here. But it's stuff that your dog is you're not gonna find it in dog food, and you're not gonna in any dog food, and you're not gonna find it at the store. But if you go to conkeys.com and you find it, and it says right here on the back of it, right there at the little scan bar, it says manufactured for Conkeys Outdoor, Hastings, Florida. Dude, I'm telling you guys, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, if as much as I believe in Joy dog food and feeding a dog good, you may not feed Joy. Maybe Joy's too far away from you and you can't get it. Maybe it's a situation where you're not feeding it because you're feeding something else. I promise you, you add that right there, that Triple H, you add this right here to your arsenal of nutrition for your dogs, and I'm telling you, you're going to see a big difference in them. Add that to your Joy dog food, and you are gonna have a combination right there that is, I'm not going to say it's unbeatable, because then that would get into the quote unquote the competition mindset, or the better dogs than anybody else has mindset. But I'm telling you this right here, it ain't going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you, not one bit. And you add it to it, and it's going to go good. Now, if I got a dog on maintenance feed, then obviously this is not something that I'm going to add to their diet, because if they're on maintenance level, then I'm not working them to the degree where they're going to need that. High energy, I got some that are on high energy, and I've got some that are here. If I've got them on high energy, then some of my Beagles are on high energy. On the super meal, when I got dogs on super meal and I still see that I would like to see a little bit more, those are the ones that I'm putting on the Triple H right there. They're the older dogs, the ones that need a little bit more get up and go. And it will make them feel good, and they love it. Now, I've got some young dogs down there that I feed it to as well, and it helps them to maintain their weight, because as much good calories that we can get out of Joy dog food or any whatever feed it is that you feed, it's not going to hurt them not one bit to add just a little something else to the program. Because I'm telling you guys, Conkeys Outdoor, this was manufactured for them. It's the only place that I know that you can buy this. And me and Maggie highly recommend that you order you some Triple H. Call Joy Dog Food, joydogfood.com. You can go on there, search, find you a dealer. There's a map on there. You put in your zip code, and you put that zip code in, you're going to be able to find the closest place that you can find Joy dog food. If there's somebody around your area that's interested in selling Joy dog food, contact Joy. They'll get you in. You contact Raylynn or contact Skylar or any of the people up there, or Lacey. They're going to get you in contact with a distributor somewhere so that you can get Joy dog food close to your house. Now, the truth of the matter is, guys, that no matter what happens, I fed Joy dog food before. I started doing the podcast for Joy, and I'll continue to feed it on, because this feed right here, I'm not saying it's the best in the world, but I can tell you this right here, for Cottonville Road Kennels, it takes my dogs and it keeps my dogs. You want to add something extra to them, put them on that Triple H right there from Conkeys Outdoors, and I promise you guys, you're going to see the benefit of it, and you're going to really enjoy it. So God bless you guys, and everything that you do, make sure you keep the love of the Lord in your life. I promise you we'll be better for it. Our dogs will be happier about it, and the good Lord will be proud of it. So take care of yourself. God bless, and I'll see you soon.